I'm sure some of you clicked on this video because you already like Andor, you saw season 1, you know the first 3 episodes of season 2 have dropped, and you've already started watching it. But in case you haven't watched Andor or haven't started season 2 yet, or just want to get someone else's perspective, here are my views, my opinions about what I've seen so far from Andor season 2. Now, before I start, I want to just say 2 things. Number 1, I've got notes I'm going to read. I'm going to try to get through them as quickly and as smoothly as I can without stopping because I just want to get it out. And secondly, I'd like to make a request. Have you seen Andor Season 1? If so, did you like it? What other Star Wars series have you seen, and how did you feel about them? Just leave a comment and share your opinions and experiences. I would love to read them. So, moving on. 3 episodes dropped, but I almost want to use a different word than episode because it's not episodic. It's like reading chapters of a book, carrying on smoothly from season 1, albeit with a 1-year time skip. We start off with 3 settings, but later add a 4th. So number 1, Cassian has stolen a prototype TIE fighter. I guess it's called a TIE Avenger, and has a lot of trouble controlling it. It's different from what he trained on, a different configuration, different controls, different consoles. His mission gets immediately compromised because of that, and then compromised even further when he's finally able to get his prize, this stolen TIE fighter, to his rendezvous point to find his contact, presumably dead, and a fractious group of probably rebellion members or some kind of guerrilla that might be actually affiliated with who Cassian is working for, who don't believe he's one of them. The second location is on an agricultural planet. A group of Cassian's old friends from season 1 is waiting for his return after the mission, not knowing the problems he's having. Their situation is compromised when the Empire conducts a surprise audit looking for undocumented workers. Among the Empire's forces is one officer who keeps leering at women he encounters, making advances on one of our protagonists. He obviously uses his position to force himself upon such women. We also see Cassian's lovely old droid be stuttering as usual. So beautiful. So cute. And finally, the third location, we follow Mon Mothma as she prepares for her daughter's wedding, and at the wedding is Luthen, affecting his most charming persona, while under it all, keeping a deadly eye on certain other people in attendance. We also touch base with the other side, people on the Empire's side, the ever-frowning Deirdre, and the ambitious Cyril with his OCD, which lets us have a glimpse at Krennic as he continues his passion project of building the Death Star. And if you've seen Rogue One and A New Hope, you know how all of that plays out and where all of that is leading and where this series itself is leading. I don't want to reveal too much about the plot so far, but it is refreshing to see such mature, long-term storytelling. Now, I thought The Mandalorian Season 1 was great. I thought Season 2 was very good, with a great payoff at the end with the appearance of Luke Skywalker. But Season 3 just didn't hit for me. Obi-Wan was okay, and it ended on a very high note with a lot of Vader-centric action. So the beginning was a low point, and then it went up to this high point. Boba Fett was a massive failure. I posted some videos explaining my issues with that series, so you can check them out if you want to get my thoughts on the Boba Fett series. And I've never finished watching Ahsoka, but I think I should get on that. There should be a lot of Vader-Anakin action going on there as well. I slowly got into Skeleton Crew, and in the end found it very entertaining and a nice watch. And I'm one of the very few, apparently, who, if you go by the noise online, who appreciated The Acolyte. I wanted to explore that era more and see what played out with the various characters. But alas, I guess it's not meant to be. But it is Andor that rises to the top. It is for adults, for grown-ups, and that is awesome to see. The powers that be are not just pandering to kids or to the lowest common denominator in terms of audience. This is peak Game of Thrones level intrigue, Breaking Bad levels of character nuance and depth, and it makes me so happy. Now, moving on. It looks gorgeous. The set design, the costumes, the lighting, the cinematography, amazing. There's only one slightly iffy speeder shot near the wedding hall at the end of episode 3, but that is the only one that broke my immersion when I saw it. The rest is flawless. The dialogue is fantastic, yet there is also so much communicated without words, just with a glance or a facial expression, or with as few words as possible. It is very efficient, which I appreciate. The writing, the characterization, acting, all is of the highest level. Even with people we have never seen before, there is a sense of history and awareness of the relationships between these new characters, expressed so immediately and simply that I felt like I'd seen these people for much more screen time than in actuality. So that's quite an accomplishment in terms of writing, establishing these new characters that might not even appear after the first or second episode we see them in. There is talk, but there is also action. There is tradition and culture, real world building, that has not been done enough in the rest of Star Wars, including the various animated series, in my opinion. There is also technology, satisfyingly clicky, retro future stuff with toggles and switches and buttons and switchboard-style cables you plug into some board, mixed with screens and holograms. So the aesthetic overall, in every situation, is amazing. The costumes at times feel old and of certain cultures, yet at other times strangely nostalgic, like the 40s or the 50s. The hairstyles, yummy. So I'm moving pretty quickly. I don't want to give any spoilers. I just want to give my feeling about what I've seen so far. Now, I'll end this video with two things that had an impact on me, both from episode 3. First, at the wedding, Luthen hints at something dark, but necessary. And Mon Mothma comes to further realization of just how far she has to go if the rebellion is to actually succeed. She doesn't want to cross that line. She's unwilling to accept what he is implying. So Mon Mothma says, "I'm not sure what you're saying." But she knows. But she says, "I'm not sure what you're saying." Luthen replies after a moment's thought, "How nice for you," with all sincerity. So those two lines, "I'm not sure what you're saying. How nice for you." Oh, in all honesty, I think this is Stellan Skarsgård's best work. I said the same thing after watching season 1, and I stand by it now that I'm watching season 2. So they're given dialogue and they deliver it with gravitas and import. The second thing, also from episode 3, the wedding. And the episode ends with an increasingly drunk Mon Mothma at the wedding, frantically dancing to techno music while surrounded by a massive crowd of guests. It's breathtaking and heartbreaking. Watching her try to lose herself and her guilt in this crowd and in the rhythmic throes of abandon, it's very beautiful, but also very emotional. She knows she has changed now, and things have become more real. It's a great scene. And I mentioned this. Have we ever seen a rave in Star Wars? This is far beyond Return of the Jedi's nub scene. A rave in Star Wars with techno music. It makes it just seem like a real place. So anyway, if you're not watching Andor, get on it. It is outstanding. If you didn't see season 1, binge that first and start chowing down on this banquet of visual ecstasy, nuanced storytelling, and outstanding performances. There will be no seasons after this one, so get it while it's hot. Once again, I would like to ask you to leave a comment if you have any opinions or experiences with Andor Season 1, Andor Season 2 so far, or any of the other Star Wars series. I'd love to hear from you. And if you want to see more videos about entertainment of all kinds, please consider subscribing to my channel. And if you enjoyed this video in any way, let me know by leaving a like. Thank you for watching. See you next time.